So just get the deck tags updated for you. And this is the start of round 5.
I know, 5 of 8. We're
5 of 8. We are cutting through these. We did start around about 11 o'clock. So we've done quite well. That's about 5 rounds in, 4 and a bit rounds in 5 hours.
Yeah.
That's not too bad, given the fact that we did have a delay here and there. So averaging about an hour around.
Makes sense.
And we will be hit. I'm Ollie, and this is Bear with us.
Hello.
And we're in the booth, and this is round 5.
Of
and
the Fanboy 3 Modern PTQ held in Manchester.
Yeah, and we will be here all the way up to the end of the final, which will be held. The top 8 will be held at Fanboy 3 itself.
It certainly will.
If you are in the Manchester, UK area,
feel free to come down.
Come down. We're currently at the Thistle Hotel. I'll be able to direct you from the front, and we'll be happy to see you.
Yeah. So like I said, this is going to be quite an intriguing game because they're not too obvious standard modern decks really. They're not sort of mainstream.
The Horus deck, like with small creatures and like lots and lots of little enchantments, has been picking up a little bit of attention. The particular version I like is with I think it's Arcanum Wings.
Yes.
But return it to your hand, and then attach.
Oh yeah, we know.
And then
we know Patriot is a standard.
Yeah, yeah. We're just saying this particular version, obviously.
His build is a little bit sort of off the beaten track in terms of standardised cards.
I mean, obviously, it's not a bad version because he's sitting at 4-0. And he obviously knows, he's probably going to know his deck inside out.
He's built it a much more controlling style.
Yeah, absolutely. Cryptic Command, it allows for all sorts of blushes, really.
I mean, the only thing with Cryptic is it's 3 blue, so it is kind of needs to be blue heavy. So hopefully you'll.
It doesn't look particularly happy.
Or he's just got a really good
no, and Immogen is actually mulliganing. Obviously, no good there. Quick trip to Paris.
Quick trip to Paris?
Yeah, Paris mulliganing. That's what it's actually called. So, I'm not. I'm sure somebody out on the feed can explain why it's called Paris mulliganing. But no, I particularly like the Arcanum Wings. Swap it into your hand for an Eldrazi Conscription. Turn 3, hit you with a Slippery Bogle. That's suddenly an Eldrazi. And she isn't playing that version.
No.
But I wouldn't have blamed her if she had been playing that version.
I like Eldrazi Conscription. It is hilarious. Hilarious enchantment.
It is. And the decks running that style are running things like Idyllic Tutor.
Yeah.
To go and grab it.
But we'll see how it goes from here.
So Immogen, we'll see if Immogen is happy with her 6. No smiley faces here.
No smiley faces. At 4 zeros, you don't get smiley faces.
No, you don't get smiley faces as you get up the curve. You just get serious people wearing Scooby-Doo shirts.
Serious people with Scooby-Doo shirts. So Misty Rainforest.
It's probably going to be a cut straight away. It is a Misty Rainforest. It's getting Temple Garden untapped. Already at 17.
Well, against well, obviously she doesn't, unless she's heard that he's playing a Patriot control.
I don't think it's going to make much difference what life she's on at the beginning of the game. And it's Slippery Bogle. Slippery Bogle is 1/1 hexproofer. And the only answer is Celestial Colonnade on the side. This could be over in a flash. We start off with Ethereal Armour.
Ethereal Armour, it's a very good one.
That is swinging in for 2 and following up with Dryad Arbor.
I really like the From the Vaults Dryad Arbor.
It's particularly nice. I can't imagine... I can imagine there's been more than a few people who've confused it with a forest.
Yes.
And gone, I will swing with my forest. Oh wait, hang on.
So
This, I don't know.
surely she's got some more enchantments to play at this stage.
That
Yep.
is Spirit Mantle.
Spirit Mantle. Proc.
Proc creatures, +1/+1. That is a mana leak, a full art mana leak.
Ooh.
I believe that is an
Looks like an altered art.
That is an altered art mana leak. So
But
it's
it's still
just in
swinging
for two.
through.
Just
Swinging
in for two.
At the moment, it's fairly safe at this point.
I mean, it's a particularly good use by Matt there of a mana leak.
Yeah.
That's saved him 2 points of damage, and it means he can now block
3,
it.
because obviously the
Oh,
theory
well, that is a good point. That is a good point.
So Immogen is swinging in with a Dryad Arbor as well. So Immogen is taking the lead early here.
That's another.
There's the Dryad Arbor swinging. 4 mana in.
It's Supreme Verdict.
A Verdict.
Oh. It's a pretty good draw for Matt to find a Supreme Verdict.
Indeed.
And as Glade Cover Scout, that is a 1/1, also a Hexproofer. So
Whole lot of hexproof going on here.
So the mana is very light in this Aura's deck. So if you're thinking, seems a bit mana screwed, no.
No, it's working at the right
If it's topping out more
amount.
than 3 mana, you've probably got problems.
Spirit Mantle again.
That's another mana leak.
But it's still going
one.
for 1.
So Matt is now at 12. But you've got to think.
Matt has to use his board wipes to deal with them, though. That's the thing.
Maybe he can get back in this. I mean, he's gone down a lot of life, but he is now at 5 mana. 6 if he hasn't. He hasn't Arid Mesa for his drop.
He's got a search land there, so.
We could just see Celestial Colonnade pass.
Which he has. That's a pass there.
It's not bad because he can now block with the Colonnade if he wants to. It's not unblockable. It needs the enchantment in order to get it. Oh. Actually seen the Colonnade. Matt searches for planes.
Searches for a plane.
He may well just choose to take it. He does indeed animate the Colonnade, which gets pathed.
Very good.
I mean, obviously, that will give Matt an extra mana to work with. Could be an extra card from Sphinx's Revelation. But right now, he needs that creature off the board.
Yes.
And you've got to think she had the path there.
Yeah, you had
but he had to react.
Oh, yeah.
So he had to react eventually.
Yeah.
And that was the best
draws
course of
it
action.
out, it gets rid
And
of
maybe he wanted that. Maybe he wanted to get another land out of his deck. Then I'm drawing more gas. I'm just going to give up this Colonnade, force her into making it. I mean, it's a very good use of path because there's not a lot of creatures in his board.
No.
That is actually the best creature, stat-wise, in his deck. And it's a land.
He's got no shortage of land here.
Yeah, I mean, if he has Revelation, this is the best course for him. Like Manly clearly plays Revelation. It's like we're watching Standard. Standard on one side and not so much on the other.
Not so much on the other. Well, at the moment it sort of is. I mean, we've just got green-white dual lands.
Now, you've got to feel for her this is a particularly weak clock that she's presenting. Or maybe she's just going, I'll clock you.
I think she might just be playing it safe at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Matt actually does take 2 to have the Steam Vents come into play tapped, so he's playing dangerously.
So he's playing, I think he's letting on that
I think he might be Snapcaster into something.
He's letting on that he's got something to play with the mana he has, so it's probably going to be a Sphinx. Or he might have the Snapcaster, you're right. He's got...
It's Shadow of Doubt.
Shadow of Doubt.
He's obviously just doing that to cantrip. That's pretty bad. That is... he does have the Snapcaster. He might just Shadow of Doubt again.
Yeah,
he is.
Shadow of Doubt.
That is the best thing twice I have seen all day. That is a great... Matt Light officially think twice.
We have a Path to Exile against the
Path to
Snapcaster.
Exile on the Snapcaster.
He's down to 6 now.
Yeah, and you notice he didn't search, so he must be. In fact, he runs very, very few basic lands.
Yeah.
So Path, a particularly good answer,
Yeah.
because that is not fueling his revelations. I mean, he's at 6
I
as
mean,
well.
even if he Revelations here, he's only getting 4.
Yeah, I mean, he took 3 that last turn, so... And as a colonnade... I mean, Immogen is no longer... She has 4 paths, so she could easily just...
Oh, he couldn't search. That's right. Of course he couldn't search.
No, he could...
Shadow of Doubt.
No, he cracked his Sackland first, and then Shadow of Doubt
Did he do it
afterwards.
in the right order?
He did do it in the right order.
Did he do it for Path, though? No, he couldn't for Path.
Oh, yes, he couldn't search for Path, even if he wanted to, because
Yeah.
sorry, I missed that. It should be noted, though, he only has 1 basic land left in his deck, and it's a mountain, so he technically could have got it.
Yeah.
And he is Think Twicing and Think Twicing again, after Cryptic Command. I do apologise for that. I completely... I forgot it's both players can't search. I was so focused on it, on targeting my opponent with it. And in comes the Scout again. Is this the Colonnade? Is this going to get past again?
It really is.
It is. It is Path.
Oh.
Path, and presumably we will see the mountain come out this time. But it should be that is the last basic. Wow, her draw has been extremely strong there. I mean, this Scout could go. This could go all the way.
It could.
I mean, is it going to get blasted in the face? Oh no, he's actually
can't even do that.
Yeah, he's doming. Wow, it's such a strong creature. I mean, does he have? Is there any outs he can have now? I mean, he could Cryptic Command or race through a Batter Skull if he finds it, but he really needs Supreme Verdict again.
Yeah.
That is really bad. He might have to Supreme Verdict.
1/1 creature.
1/1 Glade Cover Scout. I have to say, I have to applaud particularly tight play from both players here. As in comes the Scout.
It's hitting through this time. No play for Matt this game.
He has Electrolyze that domes for 2 and draws a card. And possibly Flashback Think Twice, if he hasn't already. Yep, Flashback Think Twice. He is digging.
For something. I mean, he's got to get something
I
on
mean,
the field.
he only has 2 Helixes, and he's used one already. And he could be hoping just to draw enough burn to burn her out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an awful lot of hope that keeping a creature off the board, because, as I said before, he only has the commands that can slow it down, and obviously the other Supreme Verdict.
Yeah.
So he really needs like a Snapcaster. Get him right back in this.
Another
Glade Cover Scout, that might be a bit greedy.
The Sphinx's Revelation is coming through for 6.
Yep.
Putting him back to 11.
That might just be too much. And you've got to think the Orzek wants to win really early.
Yeah, this is getting a bit drawn out for Immogen, I think. But she is still in a good position.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just...
But that looks like it's a
that does look like that is indeed a Supreme Verdict. It's both Scouts go at the bin. Now she does have a decent grip.
Tectonic Edge.
Tectonic Edge, will we see it activated?
She's got basic land, so it's not a massive issue for her.
Yeah, I mean, once you start Revelationing, I mean, he may well have drawn a Snapcaster, which might mean he can Revelation again.
Yeah.
And it's the life. It's not the cards. It's not them. It's the life gain.
Yeah.
Like putting him. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
What could we see out of her this turn?
Realistically, she needs to play
That's another Glade Cover Scout.
another
And
Glade Cover
that
Scout.
is a Cryptic Command. And draw. Counter and draw. Could be a Slippery Bogle coming out. I love saying that.
Slippery Bogle. It's a good card, isn't it?
Slippery Bogle.
Ace.
Yeah, there
Yep.
it is indeed.
Slippery
Bogle. And that's a Lightning Helix hits Immogen. I mean, we could honestly see Burn Spell
Just burns.
he just becomes a burn deck.
I mean,
Now maybe
Snapcaster
that
into those burns
maybe
as
that
well.
is his strategy.
It certainly seems that way at this point.
It doesn't appear too controlling necessarily. I mean,
Snapcaster into those Lightning Helixes
I
as
think
well. So
had his colonnade survived a bit longer, it would be. I mean, here comes another colonnade, and he accidentally flashed a Snapcaster from his hand. So
True.
Immogen knows he has the Snapcaster. Will that do any good? Will we see a
maybe
Sphinx's?
he almost did it intentionally.
You can actually, it's not against the rules, to show your opponents a card from your hand. Presumably you could do it to sort of fool them into thinking you've got something else.
So Snapcaster,
A Lightning Helix to the
again,
head.
So down to 6, and Matt's back up to 17.
That is.
What a life swap that's been.
In fact, yeah. I mean, it looks very like this will just go down to burn now.
Yeah, this day.
It's this is just. I'm. If we don't see Matt in the top 8, going the way he's going now, I'd be astounded.
Yeah, I think at this
I
stage.
mean, he's just. His play is really good. He's obviously taking like. Oh, and Immogen
scooping for Immogen
scoops.
there.
It's too much.
Too much there. I mean, he managed to sort of level up. The Sphinx's revelation there was
Yeah.
just...
You have to feel bad because that was. I mean, Immogen did mulligan there. Like that's pretty
No.
harsh start.
Leyline of Sanctity.
Leyline of Sanctity, yes.
that's the one that just stares me in the face in that bit.
That is Leyline of Sanctity is you have hexproof.
Essentially, you no, not necessarily hexproof. You can't be damaged. You can't be burnt by spells, isn't it? You can't be.
No,
the
I
target.
believe it gives you hexproof.
That's Witchbane Orb.
No, 2
Leyline of
seconds.
Sanctity.
I will check that. I believe they do the same thing. Leyline of Sanctity. You have hexproof.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
I stand corrected. I apologise.
So from Matt. Maybe Vidalian Clique. Doesn't particularly need Sowing Salts. Wrath of God, definitely.
Timely reinforcements, maybe.
I could see timely reinforcements being useful. Possibly Spellskite could be quite good. Grab that aura, stick it on my own Spellskite.
Yeah.
Uh,
like for Immogen, I'm thinking Leyline of Sanctity, just to avoid the burning damage.
Yeah, Rest in Peace.
Rest in peace, maybe.
I can't see anything. Maybe Torpor Orb.
Maybe the top
Maybe Torpor Orb. There's not a lot of creatures she's seen, so it might
really
be
to deal
if she's got enough junk in the main deck that she could cut out. It doesn't look like an awful lot of swing room, which is probably why there's a lot of 2s in the sideboard. I'm thinking she might actually just stick with it. Possibly, maybe take Lifelink out and put some, maybe Rest in Peace in.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, Spellskite is particularly good. The fact that it can block early, pretty much, almost like the couple of turns you can get out of. And also, it's the bigger pressure is the fact that you go right. I'll cast this Rancor. Okay, I'll put it on Spellskite for 2. I'll pay 2 life to have a 2/4.
Yeah.
And you build a better Spellskite.
Just shuffling up now.
Matt looks particularly pleased.
I think he should be after that game.
I think it's solid performance
he
to
took
put
a good
him.
hit. He managed to get back, take
I
control
think
of the
he is on the
game.
cusp of 5-0. I
Yeah,
mean, you got to wonder how far is he going to go.
it's. I think he should be fairly confident about this matchup as well. Um, I mean, he got put back a bit by the just sheer quantity of paths to exile that
Hmm.
Imogen had, but I think he's fairly. He should be fairly confident in this situation.
I do like Leyline Sanctity. I think it's a strong call for the metagame.
Yeah.
Um, the one that I really wanted to see, and nobody's playing it, is Leyline of Singularity. Because you cannot tell me that isn't good when they go, Lingering Souls, they're all dead. Oh no.
Yeah, but
I'll attempt to go off with my
nobody in their right
I will
mind
attempt to
would
go off with my
lingering souls when
combo
there's a ley line of
and
singularity.
fail.
Nobody would do it. Nobody would do it.
But what if they don't know what it does? We've already seen a Pestamite attempting to tap a land when there's a Torpor Orb in play.
All right,
Anything is
I'll give you
possible.
that.
But it's more the fact that if you could turn those Lingering Souls off and they're really important to that deck,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should
The
play
only
it.
problem with it is it affects you as. Does it affect you as
Yeah,
well?
it
Yeah.
does, but it's only non-land
Yeah,
permanents.
obviously, because if it was land, it'd be silly.
Well, yeah, but it basically turns everything into a legend.
Yeah. We'll see how the draws have gone for people.
Oh
Mulligan again for
no!
Imogen.
Oh, she's in a world of hurt. Matt, quick flash of the hand there. Oh, he's mulliganing.
Oh dear.
I have to think this mulligan is better for Matt than it is for Immogen.
Yes.
Because she needs so much gas to get out ahead. And he's going to be bringing more board sweep. He now knows solidly what plan she's on.
Yeah. You can take out the singular removals
I
because
mean,
he obviously doesn't need
there's
them.
no non-creature source of damage either. There's
No.
no, like, Garruk Wildspeaker. Who, I might add, I have actually seen in somebody's deck somewhere. There's actually the original Garruk, which I still think is one of the best ones.
He's a good Garruk, the original Garruk.
A little bit random of versatility to
Yeah.
untap 2 lands, I always thought. Not particularly happy there. Giving the table a good thump. There's some nice banter going on.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
It's nice.
It's
We
nice to
haven't
see.
once seen somebody being angry, like reacting really badly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair enough. If like, there's a few people have already dropped. They are currently actually drafting at the moment,
Yes.
and the hall is noticeably a bit emptier than it was. Obviously, as the day progresses, presumably the rounds may
More
get a
and
bit
more
quicker.
people drop in the
More and more people will
time.
drop. And obviously, the more the faster players will obviously go the same speed, and the slower decks might get weeded out.
Hmm?
In which case, hopefully that's the eggs decks,
Hopefully. One can only
because
hope.
we can really only hope.
So we've got a Dryad Arbor on the field for Imogen.
Do you have a drink?
What is wrong with eggs? The problem with
You
as,
sir,
as,
have obviously never watched eggs
as,
play
as,
on camera.
as a deck, it's a perfectly legitimate way to play Magic.
Oh,
However,
right. Well,
as
this is savage. That was
however,
Sackland
it
into
is
Shockland into Lightning Bolt on Dryad Arbor.
it is not
It's pathetically slow deck.
it's so slow to
And
watch.
the problem is, it
You can
also
play it for
can
20
fizzle.
minutes and it can still does not
You
work.
can still actually fail. There's a think twice.
Think
And
twice.
Matt has got to be pretty particularly good. There's no creatures come out for Immogen here. He's already at 3 mana.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine for the
Yeah.
person playing
It's a
eggs.
bit
The
painful.
the person who's actually playing the eggs, it's fine for. It's when you can sit there against it.
How what cards are blue?
So we've got
Oh, that was a Temple Garden coming out off a fetch. We've got to hope she pulls something out here.
has to play a creature at this point.
I mean, it should be noted this is a local F&M player playing auras at 4-0, admittedly as well. I
Yeah.
mean, that is an incredibly good finish, like a good start basically to the event. Matt, obviously more well-known pro. Oh, and that is another turn, another non-play.
Yeah. This is really not looking good for her at this point in time.
Not at
She's
all.
bringing in the Hierophant in
I
untapped.
will just check. She does indeed run. Runs 2 Dryad Arbors, so we could see another one get fetched. That was pretty savage. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good idea if you're going to be shuffling your cards a lot,
Yeah.
like to protect them.
Deck
Obviously,
sleeves.
pre-release is a bit different. I mean, it's always your choice. They
Once
are,
again,
after
going for the
all,
Temple
your
Garden, not
cards.
the Dryad
But
Arbor.
I would always suggest people to protect them. And there's so many good choices for deck protectors.
Hmm.
Dragon Shield being my particular favourite.
Dragon should have a very
Yeah,
nice, very nice
and if
shield.
you can't find them in your local store, you can actually buy them off Amazon as well.
What is she doing? She's got
She is searching.
three Temple Gardens
That is
now.
3 Temple Gardens.
And a
I
plane.
personally would have gone to go to Dryad Arbor, but I think she's fearful of another burn spell. And Matt is just leafing through his deck now and thinning it out, and he's such a good position.
The matte sleeves are pretty nice,
Ultra
actually.
Pro Matt are particularly good. General Ultra Pro sleeves are very poor. I don't like them at all. I've had a lot of those.
So in comes another Steam Vents for Matt.
I mean, he's up to 4. I mean, we could see a Celestial Colonnade coming down soon. You've got to wonder what what hand she could have kept.
Unless she
At
just kept a
6.
handful of paths.
I mean, it's possible, but I mean, eventually you'll have critical mass. It might be noted once I saw a tournament with someone who had their card in sleeves and then top loaders. Top loaders, in case you're not aware, are plastic covering sheets that go around cards.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that anymore.
No.
But it was particularly funny shuffling. But obviously, there's somebody. I mean, I definitely say double sleeving is. I've seen a clear sleeve inside a normal sleeve.
Slippery Bogle. And
Yeah,
it
we
is...
kind of think that Immogen bricked on creatures, and that we could just see crit to command.
No, it resolves.
No,
The
it's
Spirit Mantle
Or maybe she's just going to.
also resolves.
Maybe. I'm a bit. I'd be a bit hesitant about committing too much.
Because he's got the mana
Because
for...
he could
he's
just
gonna
be
think
sitting
twice
on,
there.
as a
Supreme
think
Verdict and
twice
stuff.
coming back.
We don't have access to the standings.
We don't currently have access to the standings. We will try. I mean, if you're looking for anybody in particular, if you're looking at anybody particular on the standings, we can try and find out for you where they are.
So the Slippery Bogle dies, and
Yeah, that was Wrath there, dealing with the board. There's a Path on the Spellskite. Yeah, I can't see a way back. Like,
no.
Matt is on 7 mana.
Oh, we've got the Glade Cove Scout now.
It's just, he's on 14. She'd have to swing in several times, or just all of a sudden. We have been told
we'll standards
that we will get
next round.
We will have the standings.
Yeah,
like, following this round.
The American control is just at this point in massive control for the whole game.
Yep, and it's particularly nice Wrath of God.
It is. It's quite.
It is the full art textless Wrath of God.
It's like the Damnation.
Yeah, the Damnation is actually possibly the best textless art I've seen. Simply because it is just. It's so you immediately can tell what it is.
Damnation straight away.
There you go, Damnation done.
I like the Cryptic Command one, the sort of the Merfolk hand and things like that. That's quite
nice.
Yeah,
I like it better than most. Most people don't actually like that.
I think the main problem with the full art Cryptic Command is explaining to your opponent exactly what Cryptic Command does.
Yeah, it'd be pretty bad having to call a judge every time you cast Cryptic Command just to check you're not cheating. Oh, that is... I've forgotten. Spirit Mantle. No, not Spirit Mantle. Not Spirit Mantle. And I'll just reconnect my brain. Daybreak Coronet.
Daybreak Coronet.
It was written down right at the bottom.
You always miss the sleep roll. I always miss the sleep one on it as well.
Daybreak Coronet. Thank you very much.
Matt's down to 6.
Yeah, it's vigilant and it's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You've got to think, maybe he's just digging for an out. Maybe he has none.
Maybe he is. No, this is
Sphinx's Revelation, 5, I believe, surely. At the end of the turn.
Oh,
that is... Oh, accidentally...
Oh, whoops.
Accidentally shows... Oh, he's not happy. I don't know what I think the implication was that because he flashed to the Supreme Verdict, that's what she thought he was casting.
So he's got the mana to play the board wipe if he has.
He has an answer, and he's back at 11.
He's going to play it. So he wipes the
board. That side is done. Do you know what I would have liked to see there? There's a instant that regenerates a permanent for 2 mana.
Ooh.
I would have liked to see that. Instant speed, regenerate it. Done.
Yep.
Do you mean Gorgari charm? Oh, regenerate a permanent?
I'll reknit. Reknit, that is it. Reknit 1 and a hybrid green-white. Regenerate target permanent.
Yes.
I actually saw an answer, that as an answer to Wasteland and Legacy. I will regenerate my land. Thank you very much.
That's pretty.
Thank you for strip mining yourself this turn.
Charm makes your land hexproof. Which in a lot of same ways works.
Yeah.
No, if it's quite a few. There'd be a couple of ways that she could have got around that. Unfortunately, obviously since we can see the list, we know. I mean, if she'd had Hyena Umbra, that would have been different.
Yeah.
Because that would have just brought it straight back.
So we've got Snapcaster in.
And that's another electrolyze to the head. Matt is just drawing, like, he must have drawn like easily half his deck by now.
Does she run Spider
Does he
Umbras?
run Spider Umbra?
Yes.
She does indeed run 2 Spider Umbras and 2 Hyena Umbras.
So the Snapcaster is going in with the aggro here.
Wow, that's a lot of mana. I mean, you've got to wonder, do you think he needed Aurelius Fury in here?
What?
Do you reckon
Fury?
do you reckon that would have done him any good? A nice finisher?
It's a nice
Maybe
end of game finisher.
Demon Fire? I mind you, he's not going to be on. He's not going to be Hellbent very often.
No.
Banefire maybe.
That's a revelation for
That is
for 8.
a revelation for 8 indeed. That's backbreaking. How much does he wish he had full art electrolyzers? Maybe we could find out.
I'm sure.
That's a quick question to put up. How much would he like those? Probably a lot. I like the old art electrolyze from the comic series with Ral Zarek. I like most of those artworks actually.
Yeah,
I like the original art on Faithless Looting better.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the promo Faithless. I
like the fact that they put him on on the picture for Jagged Lighting.
Yeah.
My top tip there for the hit uncommon people really aren't playing enough of is Jagged Lightning.
So Matt is back to 20 life. Imogen is down to 10.
Oh no! Oh, is this going to be
the lightning helix?
Is this going to be another lightning helix? It is another lightning helix.
Down to 7, and Matt is on 23.
He is indeed.
And a third Snapcaster.
He is actually using 2 Sphinx's Revelations, and
the third Snapcaster comes down.
I believe that was Lightning Bolt.
And that was a Lightning Bolt.
Oh, that
Swinging for 2.
It's actually lethal next turn. That is lethal on the... That's 2 electrolyzers in hand. Oh my word.
And with that
is
Matt,
a decimation. Matt Light with
butchers
America
that
Control moves to 5-0.
Yes.
5-0
for Matt Light.
And Immogen Tilley moves to 4-1.
4-1.
Not a bad,
not a
bad
record.
performance
Still a very
at
good
all.
record.
I think that was a bit of an unlucky pairing.
Yeah, I think she was in a bad matchup.
Given
there.
enough time, Matt was always going to stabilise there.